Yo, turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is. Shay's too, baby. She back again. Crowd lit, 5 on 10. Shay walk in like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section, she call names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new. It's late night, baby, she got that view.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I lacked game, back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line and somebody hurt. Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to coast. Late on purpose, still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slick, talk flame. Say the name right, yeah, late night with Shay.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. That's right. News, drama, laughs, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Late night with Shay. On Shay's tube, she back again.
It's late night with Shay.
Yeah, she say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. Like you thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. Like you thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Yeah.
What's going on, y'all? Thank you so much for tuning in. It is Tuesday night, you guys, out here on the West Coast. It is 11:02 p.m., 9/16/2025. And thank you guys again for being here tonight for this Night Owl Live with Shay Shay. All right, welcome to everybody in the bushes, everybody who watched this in the replay. Over here in the chat, we got Jermaine in the place to be. What's up, Jermaine? Jermaine said like, share, comment, subscribe. Support Shay's too with a super sticker, super chat, or cash app at $Shay's too, or copy yourself a membership for $4.99 per month. All right. All righty. Let's go ahead and do that copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. That entire copyright disclaimer is in my description area. Part of it is scrolling across that screen. And thank you again, guys, for tuning in. And again, if you enjoyed this content, please thumbs up as soon as you come in. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications, share, and leave a comment. And thank you guys so much once again for being here tonight. All right. All right. So tonight, guys, we got a good show in store for you guys. We are going to be talking about Tyler Robinson, his 3 words that he spoke at the hearing today to the judge. And we are going to be talking about Charlie Kirk. And we will be talking about Trey Reed and another young man who was found HANGING as well. So we're gonna. I couldn't find too much on him, but I will bring him up because even though he was homeless, he still is important just the same as a person who isn't homeless, who takes their own life or gets unalive. Okay, all right. And we are going to be doing the viral reactions, to some viral videos, and breaking news. It's probably 2 news stories. and that's it. So go get you something to drink and relax and see the bed. If you are at work, continue to do your job or listen or watch me on the download. And we are getting ready to get started with this live. All right. So first thing first, guys, let's go ahead and talk about Tyler Robinson first, okay? Because we're going to try to wrap this up by 12:30. So that's an hour and 25 minutes. All right. We got to. We definitely got to. Okay. We got to do it like that. So the first story we are going to cover tonight is Tyler Robinson and Charlie Kirk. All right. Okay, let's go back over to the media and mute this a little bit. And I think I already got my other screen pulled up already. So we'll just cut it on 10. Okay, so with Tyler, let's do this. So hold on. Let me get the information first. So Tyler did do a virtual court appearance today, okay? Tyler Robinson, the dude that is allegedly in custody for the murder of Charlie Kirk, okay? So the 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, accused of murdering far-right activist Charlie Kirk last week, appeared virtually before court on Tuesday following a charge of aggravated murder levied against him earlier in the day. And they are seeking the you know what penalty as well. Okay, so you guys can know that. So he had on hold on. They said Robinson was seen wearing an anti-SUICIDE vest in a four-way video call on Tuesday afternoon from the Utah County Jail. No attorney was listed in the Utah online court docket even after preliminary charges were filed against him, according to the Associated Press. Now, Judge Tony Graff asked him to state his name, and he said, Tyler James Robinson. He replied in a neutral tone while leaning closer to the microphone. And then the judge said, thank you for being here. Okay. And he also said, Mr. Robinson, at this time, you will remain in custody without bail. Okay. So, like I said before, Robinson is being held on charges including felony discharge of a firearm and obstruction of justice. Chief among the charges is one count of aggravated murder, which is a capital offense, which, if convicted in the state of Utah, it could result in the you know what penalty. Now, a Utah state lawyer said a notice of intent to seek the you know what penalty has been officially filed. Okay, so this is him right here in court. Let me see. Okay, right here, let me show you real quick. That's the judge, and I guess that's the attorney or whatever. I don't know who that the person is. Okay. I guess I could put it up a little closer. Let me show y'all again. I had to zoom in, like, let me show y'all again. A better picture, you can see them clear. Here's the judge. Okay. Let's see what else they got here. So they said within the last few minutes, a notice of intent to seek the you know what penalty was filed by Utah County Attorney Jeff Gray. So that should be in the court's files, they said. So that should be in the court's file, they said. Now, Judge Graff described the aggravated the aggravated factors in the case, which included Robinson's alleged targeting of Kirk for his political views, and the children were present at the time of the shooting. Now, a sentencing judge or parole board would consider these factors as the case progresses, he said. The suspect did not show up with an attorney. Judge Graff said during a brief virtual hearing that he will be given a court-appointed attorney as he was deemed indigent. The judge stated that he will be appointed a public defender to represent him, although it's unclear if that counsel was already present in the physical courtroom or on the phone line or not at all, said Eric A. Baldwin, a legal expert and postdoctoral research fellow at Stanford Law School. He said, although if I had to guess, they were on the phone or in person, it would be highly irregular for a defendant to have no counsel at an initial appearance and for the judge to proceed. Any public defender is appointed because his family or he himself, a legal adult, can't afford it, Baldwin added. Most people don't have private counsel on retainer, except for the most affluent and organized defendants, to appear so quickly if they are arrested. Thus, often the public defender handles initial appearances until you hire a private attorney. So in this era, you don't even have to be like poor to get a public defender. Many people just get it anyway without any financial check, although this varies a lot between jurisdiction. I always say that crazy, okay? The Tuesday hearing adjourned after Judge Graff told Robinson that his next hearing will be on September the 29th at 10 a.m. local time. His appointed attorney will be available by then, he said. Throughout the hearing, Robinson remained silent and did not display any emotions or anything, even as the judge read the list of charges. He just did not say or do anything. I guess he just sat there and just looked straight, I guess. I'm just guessing that's what he probably did. Okay, I'm thinking that's all he did, just sat there like that. So what do you guys think about that? He will not talk. He just said his name. That's it. You said they're going to try to fry this kid. They sure are. If he does not try to fry himself, okay, on everything. That's why they have him in one of those jackets. Because remember, he told his father, I think that was his father or grandfather, that he would basically rather, unalive himself versus going to jail. So I'm just thinking he probably is going to try to do something. That's why they have the S vest on him. So next, guys, okay, so that was the court hearing. Now they have a chilling confession from Tyler Robinson to his trans partner about Charlie Kirk's murder. So let's see what he said here, because I don't think I read this one right here. Okay, let's see here. Damn messages. Hold on. So he did confess unaliving Charlie Kirk in a chilling text exchange. See, let me turn this volume on. Damn people with all these messages and notifications. So he confessed to murdering Charlie Kirk in a chilling text exchange with his trans lover hours after allegedly carrying out the assassination. And he left him a hidden note confessing to the plot, prosecutors said. So let's see. So they claim, hold on, let's see here. So his 22-year-old live-in partner, Lance Triggs, he said that Tyler had been planning the unaliving for a week. Okay, so he was planning this for a week before he actually carried it out. Goodness. He messaged Triggs to drop what you are doing, look under my keyboard. And that's what he said after the shooting. And then Triggs then found a note from Robinson reading, I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it, according to the indictment. So that's all he wrote? Sure. I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it. If he had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, that means, okay, anyway, he just using, the grammar. So anyway, let's see. So they said the exchange alleges that Triggs knew all about Tyler's alleged role in the assassination more than 24 hours before he was caught. So they do describe this dude as a male transitioning to a female. So Triggs immediately texts Robinson asking him if this was some type of sick joke. He said, then Tyler said, I am still okay, my love, but I'm stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I got to grab my rifle still. And then he said, to be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I pass of old age. I'm sorry to involve you. Okay? That's crazy. So he actually thought that he wasn't going to get found out, but he did a couple things wrong, because dropping that rifle, okay, and putting it inside of a blanket or putting a blanket over it, that's just something he should have done. Also, again, he could have put on a mask, a face mask like you wear for CV-19. He should have had on a straight mask like that and a cap. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? And so then they said Triggs asked Robinson if he was the one who unalived Kirk. And then Robinson texts back, I am, and I'm sorry. Okay, so in the further messages, Robinson revealed that he had stashed the gun, a scope 3006 caliber hunting rifle belonging to his grandfather in the bushes where he had frantically changed his clothes. He should have still left that there, but anyway, he had meant to double back and retrieve it, see? But the cops had the area locked down, he wrote. And that's another thing too, I wouldn't have never told anyone. He shouldn't even call his roommate and told his roommate / boyfriend anything. He said, I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. How the F will I explain losing it to my old man? He allegedly wrote. That's crazy. So Triggs knew some hours, okay, before this dude was actually caught, that he basically unalived Charlie Kirk. Anyway, they have not charged Triggs with a crime yet. They did say he is cooperating with the investigation. So before Tyler surrendered to law enforcement, he wrote Triggs another message. He said, you are all I worry about, love. You are all I worry about, love. So that's what he said to him. So like I said before, prosecution will push for the penalty, which could be carried out via a firing squad if Robinson is convicted. Hmm. So again, this is his partner right here. Hmm. So you said the guy running on the roof did not have a GUN. So he wanted to keep it a secret, but he's leaving notes and sending text messages, which is weird. That's what I'm saying. Why even tell anybody anything? You shouldn't be saying anything to anyone. He shouldn't. Why would you drop your rifle? You're supposed to get the hell out of there with everything in your hand, okay? So you want to leave anything back. You should have had on a complete face mask, covered up your hair and everything so they couldn't tell who you are. That's stupid. And he should have had his plan and everything, you know, down to the T. How long everything take, everything. It's crazy. And then he said that he wasn't going to jail. He would unalive himself. So the backup plan would have been, to do what you say you was gonna do, so you wouldn't go to jail. I mean, because he's gonna get that anyway. So they did say, Tyler Robinson's transgender roommate or partner, allegedly he hates Christians, and let's see what else he hates. Yeah, he hates Christians and conservatives, and that's according to a relative. Okay. Hmm, that's crazy. So yeah, he hates Christians and he hates conservatives. All right. So let's see what else he said.
That the suspect shooter looked like Robinson. Robinson's father.
So let's listen to this real
Too
quick.
much evil in the guy referring to Charlie Kirk spreads too much hate.
Oh, they got this
She
music
stated
playing. That's
the-
right. We can't play that. That's right. Don't forget about YouTube crazy ass. So they did say the expert says suspected Kirk unaliver made comments that will hurt him in court. And it's probably the confession that he did to his transgender partner. Okay. I mean, I don't understand why he would be confessing anything through text messages of any sort. So let's see here. What statements? Let's see. Let's see what statements they're talking about. So I'm thinking they're talking about the statements, like I just said, where he was basically sending his lover, messages confessing to the unaliving, and then the other statements that he made about Charlie Kirk that he did not like him and things like that. So they're probably going to use that in the court of law. Yeah, the text messages and the Discord messages, those are going to be used against them for sure. Now, and they keep saying that roommate has some knowledge about what he was doing. But then the question they said is, did the roommate know about the entire plan? And did he help him any type of way or support him any type of way? And Tyler is not going to tell, even if he did, because he loves that dude. Okay, so he's not going to tell. Now, they did say, even if he did know about it, it doesn't mean that the roommate will be charged. That's crazy. So they knew for a minute. And the grandmother, well, the family, not grandmother, but the family member who talked to Tyler, he knew a little bit too. I don't know how long, but that roommate definitely knew. Mm-hmm. Okay, what else we got here? Okay, let's see what else I got on this dude. So Michael Keaton said some things about Charlie Kirk when he was unalive. Okay, let me tell y'all what he said. Hold on for a second. Let's see who came over here. Hey, Audio, thank you so much for being here. You said the assassin being with a trans is as relevant to the case as Baby was in the Diddy case. I don't know why. You're right. I don't know why they keep on highlighting that this dude is trans. We don't care. Okay. And the only reason why I'm reading it because I'm just reading what I see. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we don't really care. And how does this play? I mean, I guess it could if he did this because of Charlie Kirk's, stance on transgenders and things like that. I don't know. But anyway, it's a trip how they keep on mentioning he's transgender and things like that. So anyway, Michael Keaton, he paid respects to the late Charlie Kirk at an investigative reporters in addition 50th anniversary gala on Monday night. He also spoke about GUN violence that took Charlie Kirk's life away. So he said, before we start to get into the meat of this thing, I'm going to take a minute to say that regardless of how I probably or not probably have disagreed with many things he said, Charlie Kirk leaves behind 2 kids and a wife. You gotta remember that, okay? Because in the end, shooting people will never answer anything. And the irony that he was unalive with a GUN is unbelievable. And then he came out and said this right here. Let me make sure this who said this. So Michael Keaton was done. It was another person who spoke too. Okay, let me make sure it was. So it was Scott Pelley, all right, the 60 Minutes journalist. Okay, he said Charlie Kirk was ordered to silence his speech. And 3 months earlier, former Minnesota House Speaker Melissa Portman and her husband Mark were unalive to silence their speech. He said many people admired Kirk, many did not. His catchphrase was "prove me wrong." To some, that phrase was controversial, even dismissive. But the core idea was bring the proof and let's debate. Whether you agreed with Kirk's ideas or Portman's, their unalivings, their silencing is blood on the First Amendment. So let's see what else we got here. So that's what they said at this gala thing that they had, okay? Michael Keaton and the other dude, I forgot his name already. Let's see. What is this cat doing? Huh? Jade. Let me see what this damn cat doing. Hold on, y'all. Jade. What are you supposed to do? Let's see what that cat down there doing to St. Martin. There is something out there. Y'all need to be listening out for those cats. You just heard that cat. Gee, she screamed. She did something. I'm gonna make sure she's okay. Okay, where's St. Martin at? No, he's not. So who she was working with? And she go, oh. So where's Mercedes at? Mercedes is messing with her. You know, she's single. Yes, but the single just I see if St. Martin is in that room. Taylor is fine. See if St. Martin is in that room. She got good stuff. Did you actually murder that cat? Oh, she was crazy. Yeah, I will. She crazy. Okay, y'all. Sorry about that. This cat was in here. I thought she was fighting or something. You know what I'm saying? You said because this is being used to push a political agenda. MAGA be caring about stuff like this. Batman is right. Michael Keith, Batman. He sure is. Okay, y'all lower your voice, please. Goodness. Yeah, all I heard was that cat doing some weird. I can't do it next to horse. And I was like, let me go see what's going on. Crazy ass cat. That cat crazy like its owner. Sable's owner. Okay. Let's see. So let's see who says something then. Okay, so this is what Donald Trump said when Charlie Kirk got unalive. He said the great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is unalive. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me. And now he is no longer with us. Melanie and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you. Okay, so that's what President Trump said. Okay. All right. Okay. So one thing that I don't agree with, okay, with this whole entire thing is that they're firing people for saying stuff against this man. And this is freedom of speech here. So I think, you know, even though people should not say certain things about people when they are unalive or if they pass on, you still got freedom of speech. And I really don't think that's right to fire people or suspend people because they're saying stuff that you don't want to hear about this man. Now, mind you, when George Floyd got unalive, they made jokes and everything, and no one really got fired. It wasn't all over the news that people got fired or suspended or anything. People still make jokes about that right now, you know, with the knee on the neck and things like that. So how can something be one way for someone, for another person, but then it'd be another way for the other person, you know, if something happened to somebody else, it'd be another way. It should be the same all the way around. Somebody said 1000%. We are not the same. Charlie was assassinated for speech, people. Hate it. Okay, the thing about it is we definitely aren't the same. That's on everything. I don't know why he was assassinated, and I don't think these people know exactly why. Not these people in this comment section. All right. He spoke a lot of things that he shouldn't have said, point blank. Okay, because when I say that people shouldn't be saying certain things about this man, you know, since he got unalive, well, you know, the same thing applied, period, before he was unalive. Certain things he shouldn't have been saying. Okay, especially the way that he said it. It just should not be said. You know, the thing is, we have to watch what we say, and we have to watch how we say it. You understand what I'm saying? Because some things people say is just plain crazy. That's crazy. And for them to be sitting around here firing people, suspending people, but they didn't do the same thing when other people got unalive, it's plainly ridiculous. And I honestly think they shouldn't be doing it at all. Okay, because again, you have freedom of speech. People should know not to say certain things, you know, when people pass on. At least give it a couple of damn months before you start talking negative and start saying weird stuff. You know, where's the respect? And why do people keep on saying this dude is a Democrat? This dude is neither. Okay? Neither. And then somebody put up here, Floyd, what's this dude's name? George Floyd is our hero, and Charlie Kirk is their hero. That's crazy. All right. The thing about it, Tyler's family, all of his family members are Republicans, okay? And he probably was one until he started reading information or whatever changed his mind. And then I don't know what he is. They didn't say. They say he's not affiliated with any political team. No Republican, no Democrats or anything. So I don't know why people are running around here saying Democrats. I know. You got that right. The thing about it, whatever goes for them it should go for other people as well. How can you get mad that someone is talking about this dude and making jokes and saying bad stuff and you want to fire and suspend them, but you didn't do the same thing when people were making jokes and talking bad about this dude, George Floyd? Why? It should be the same thing. The same thing should be done, for both or anyone who gets unaligned. That's crazy. And what's really sad is the fact that Charlie Kirk got unalive by the very same thing that he stood for a lot of times about the GUN stuff, and if they did have tougher GUN laws, it made it more difficult to get them and to maintain and keep them. I honestly feel like a lot of people wouldn't even have those. And if they also made the penalties for having that or using it in a crime, if they made it more tougher, I really feel like people would not be, using GUNs as much as they use them now. Until people stop making excuses, situations like this will keep on happening. Let's see what this person said. Okay, these people tripping. Okay. And these people talking about Democrats who make fun of a man who was GUNNED down in cold blood simply because you didn't like what he said. Instead of walking away, you had to unalive him. Who are you talking to? Because the person who unalive him is not a Democrat. This is how stupid people are. You know what I'm saying? He is not a Democrat. All right? As a matter of fact, like I said before, he's not anything, but he was brought up by Republicans. Okay? And they said they just basically unalived him because he wanted to debate you. No, I don't think that's the reason why that dude did it. I just think that dude don't like what he said, what he stood for, and things like that, period. I mean, he basically wrote some things down anyway, said something similar to that, right? And somebody, thank you, Joanne. You say he had nothing to do with the Democrats. It had a lot to do with sacrificing children en masse, to preserve GUN rights. And I agree with that because he did say we have to sacrifice in order. No, he said you got to sacrifice. And then somebody said something about people's lives will be lost. He said, well, basically that may happen. And that's not good to say. You know what I'm saying? It's just not good to say because you will end up being one of the sacrifices. You see what I'm saying? So that's not good to say. Listen, it's a way. I think there is a way to make the GUN violence decrease, okay? And it may take money, it may take a lot of work and things like that, but I think there is a way without just basically taking GUNs away from people who definitely are mature enough, intelligent enough, have enough control for them to own them. All right. It's just that they won't do that. Okay. They won't do that until something really major goes down. Because we shouldn't have to sacrifice anyone. Okay, not anyone. Children, people, black, white, Latino, whatever. We shouldn't have to sacrifice anyone. Okay. I just think they need to make tougher laws, tougher penalties, make it harder to get a GUN and to keep it. They should be given some type of evaluations to make sure you're mentally sane. At least once a year, you should have mandatory GUN classes on how to, keep safe with it, keep it away from your kids, how to use it properly, and all types of stuff. They should have all of this that you have to pay for yourself if you want to own a GUN. They should do better background checks than what they do. And you should never be able to buy one at the pawn shop or on the street or anything else. So they have a lot to do. But I definitely don't think that statement sacrificing children. Okay, please. Somebody said no sympathy from me. They did not care when the Hortmans were unalive in cold blood along with their dog. They also had children. I have never seen this much fuss over someone who was a nobody but a speaker of hate and prejudice. We're going to leave that right there. Okay? And then Ray dumbass said, somebody tell Michael, first of all, you need to learn how to spell Keaton, that Charlie's unaliving had nothing to do with GUNs other than it was the tool used by a lunatic leftist. That same mental clown could have used a knife, bomb, car poison, or any other number of things that could unalive him. But the difference between a knife and a GUN is that a knife, you have to get up on someone in order to use it. So if he would have walked up to this dude, they would have got him. All right. With the GUN, dum-dum, you can be far away from a person and unalive them just like he did. See, until you guys stop using damn excuses, you're going to always see things like this happening. All right. And then don't be thinking I'm going to feel sorry for you because you keep on saying the same dumb shit over and over again. You're saying that it's not because of the GUN. We know GUNs can't move by themselves. Okay. Weirdos. We know that. It takes a person. Okay. That's why they do need to make everything a little bit tougher. So certain people can't get a GUN so easily. All right. Point blank, if at all. Now, if he would have used a knife, he wouldn't have even been able to get close to this dude. A BOMB, it would have hurt too many other people. Okay. So he didn't want to do that. A car, I doubt he would have did that. He had to get up on him in order to use poison. All right. So again, as long as people have the GUN and it's easily accessible, they're going to use that first. Okay. They're not going to be over here trying to use a knife like a weirdo. You got to walk up on someone to use that. That's crazy. You said Charlie said there was an acceptable level of violence we tolerate to preserve the Second Amendment. Okay. Well, I mean, okay. He was worried about Black women's brain power when he should have been worried about the brain power of the security detail. And I agree. He should have been worrying about that. Okay, because anybody would have known. If you are out in an open area, the first thing that I would have thought about is, where's my security that should be up on the buildings? Okay, because some people don't like them. So therefore, we need people everywhere. Even if I have to pay for it myself, or we can do the little thing on the inside in an auditorium or something, where we can control it better. I'm wondering too, because since they say DEI hires, they are lacking. Well, maybe these are some of them, huh? Because they damn sure was lacking on everything. Somebody said, when you preach hate and bigotry, it will come back to you. Somebody said GUN violence happen all the time. Nothing new. And somebody else said it's not GUN violence, it's people violence. Dumb. It is GUN violence, okay? Because people are using that to commit violent acts, okay? Period. That's why they call it that. We know that GUNs don't walk or move on their own. It takes people to do all of these things. Okay? So Captain D said, people unalive people because of their evil in their heart. And they will use a GUN, a machete, a knife, a baseball bat, whatever it is, easily accessible at the time. GUNS weapons don't unalive people. People unalive people. Well, actually, the GUN does unalive it once that person put their hands on it and pull that trigger. Okay, a knife will unalive you is once that person operates it. Okay, so it takes a combination. Now, some people can actually unalive you with their hands. Okay, but we're talking about weapons right here. You know, one in particular is the GUN. So without a person operating the GUN, of course it would not work. That's common sense. Nothing. Let's keep it like this. Nothing out here. A lot of things won't work if a person is operating it. Okay, but the thing is that with GUNs, as long as you got these psycho people out here using a GUN to get even because they're mad, because they're in a fight, or to seek vengeance, or just any other weird reasons like I just named, you're going to always have GUN violence, point blank. We know that GUNs do not operate by themselves. It takes a person to use them. That's why they need to make tougher laws for the people. This is why they need to make sure people are trained, have enough control to own a hand. You know what I'm talking about? What in the hell? Let me go. Hold on, y'all. What the hell is going on here? Boy in here playing damn soccer. This boy in here playing soccer in his bedroom. I had to tell you, you need to calm down a little bit. Right, the thing is that nothing moves without a person operating. I mean, some things do, but for the most part, you know, like cars and things like that, certain weapons, none of these things, no weapon, they do not move unless the person operated. But the thing is that if they start working on the people, like I said before, like making sure people are mentally sound before they get a GUN, okay, making sure, you know, they know how to use it, they know how to keep it out of their kids, you know, way and things like that. You know, just proper usage and all types of stuff. If they made classes like this mandatory, and then every year or every 2 years you have to go back and retrain or whatever the case is, I think it would be better. I really do. I think a lot of things would be happy. And if somebody, you know, got mental illnesses or some type of mental situations going on, they shouldn't even be able to own a GUN at all. All right, at all. Your ass bipolar or any type of stuff, you don't need to own this. You know, and when kids use GUNs and stuff, I think the parents need to be held responsible for that. I really do, because you need to make sure your kids is, you know, not messing with weapons and shit, and not messing with your weapons. And you need to make sure you be a parent 100%. And I think they do need to charge these parents and their little 12-year-olds go out, you know, get the GUN and unalive someone. But yes, people do unalive people, but they are using these weapons to make it even more of a success. All right. Let's see what people get unalive with the most. Let's see real quick. Oh man, let's see here. What do people get unalive with the most? What weapon? Let's see. What weapon do people get unalive with the most? I'm gonna just let me type it up here because they probably don't know what I'm talking about. Let me just type it myself. Okay, I had to write it a different way. See, it's the GUN. That is the, this is across the world. Okay, the most common weapon used to unalive someone is a firearm. And that's sad. Okay, so with that being said, yes, they need to make it tougher, and they do need to make these penalties for committing a crime with a GUN tougher. All right, if you unalive someone and it's not self-defense with a GUN, I'm going to be perfectly honest. Once they find out that you actually did it, I just think you need to be on the DP. Okay, I really do. Because it's just plainly ridiculous. Why are you unaliving people with a GUN, period? It can be with any weapon, honestly, but I'm just saying definitely with that GUN. Okay, we need to make laws tougher. Okay, when people, let me tell you something. It's just like when you have kids. When you make the rules in the house a little bit more tougher, not too tough for kids though, but a little bit tougher, and you let them know what's up, and they have repercussions when they do things, they tend to behave better. Okay, same thing applies to people. When you make things a little bit tougher, the penalties, when you make it harder to get things and to keep it, I'm telling you, you probably will see a decrease in things. And you can also increase the price. They increase the price to everything else. Why not make the price of GUNs a little bit more? Certain people won't be able to get it. You know what I'm saying? Point blank. You said all this white on white crime is crazy. Okay. But I mean, I don't know what the answer is 100%, not even 90%, not even 75%. I'm just saying, what I think. I think in order to decrease GUN violence, we first got to work on the people who get these things, who can go out and get a GUN. We have to make sure they are sound in the mind. We have to make sure they have adequate skills to basically use a GUN, to have it, to own it, whatever the case is. All right? You need to do yearly checkups and stuff like that on these people. Let them go in, go on the range. Let them come and take classes again. Make sure they haven't done anything in that year, with that GUN. It's just a lot of things that they can do. Because aside from just making it illegal to have one, we're trying to look at things you can do so people who deserve to have a weapon, they can have it. And the ones that does not deserve to have a weapon, they won't be able to get it. All right, point blank, not even illegally. If they find out that somebody is selling those things illegally, their penalties should be even harsher than what they are now. This is why people be doing all this stuff, because y'all are not harsh enough. You're only harsh to one race of people instead of being harsh to any race of people who break the laws. Because a GUN does not know what color you are. All right. If the person behind the trigger gets it and use it, the GUN is not alive. It does not care about all that stuff because it's not alive. It just does what the owner or the person who have it makes it do. All right. And you know what? That may be good right there, Jermaine. You said all we need is a national GUN registry and required insurance. Definitely insurance. Do they require insurance now? Because I don't think so. I think they do need a little bit more than that, but that's pretty good too, what you just said. So why would we need insurance? In certain GUNs, no regular person should be able to get it. All right? Certain GUNs you should not be able to get. They should only allow people to have certain types of GUNs. That's another thing too. You should only be able to get a couple of types of GUNs. All right? Unless you hunt or something like that. Yes, we do. Because if y'all don't know how to, if they listen, if they never try to make things a little bit harsher, a little tougher, you're gonna continue to see people get unalive with GUNs. You're gonna continue to see it, and it's gonna just be more and more and more. Period. Again, they said GUNS are by far the most common murder weapon used in the United States and worldwide. So that right there indicates there is a problem, point blank. Oh, okay. There is a problem. I asked you, why do we need insurance? Oh, you said no, we don't have to have insurance. Okay, but why would we need insurance now? So if we use it, okay, then we are responsible for whatever injuries we do to a person, and our insurance has to pay for it. So you know what? That may be a good idea, because if people doing crazy stuff with their GUN, just shooting it at animals and things like that, or just weird shit, and say it's found out, then the insurance can go up. You know what I'm saying? Making people have to pay more money to own a GUN, through the insurance. And so therefore that may somewhat make people stop doing stupid stuff with their GUNs. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Oh, that's sweet. That is sweet. Let me keep this story so I can tell you guys about this. Okay, so I think that's going to be it with Charlie and with Tyler right now, because I think I told y'all everything. Let's see. Let me make sure. Oh, let me tell you about the old man who falsely claimed that he shot Charlie Kirk. They say he is known as Gadfly. So anyway, Gadfly told the cops he did it to draw attention from the real shooter. So that's why he got the obstruction of justice charge, because that's what he was trying to prevent them from, getting the person that really did it, which is crazy. I mean, come on, this man is like 70 some years old, man. And he's doing all of this. It's plainly weird. He's a political agitator, okay? And he falsely confessed to shooting Charlie Kirk while he was in the audience at the, event. I think this man screamed out and said, I unalive him. He said, I shot him. Now shoot me. Now, why would you say that? I shot him. Now shoot me. That's crazy. 71 years old, George Z. So he said he wanted to cause a distraction to draw attention from the real shooter. That's crazy. This man, when they took him to the hospital because he had a medical condition, this man said he wanted to be a, what do you call it? How you say this? I forgot how you say this word. It's MARTYR for the person who was shot. So he wanted to be one of those for the person who was shot. Okay. So he's just a damn nutty fruitcake. So police said that his initial comments delayed the investigation into Kirk's unaliving, and it took up law enforcement resources at a critical point in the probe. So they did charge him with obstruction of justice, which is a second degree. Ooh, shit. I did not know that. Which is a second degree felony. So his ass can go to prison. And especially since he's so damn nonchalant about it. So this is him right here looking a hot ass mess. Now, you know, this old ass man wasn't the one up there doing all that shooting and running and stuff all fast. So he got a felony. Damn. Let's see here. And he approached the cops too and said, I shot him. Now shoot me. That's crazy. That is crazy, crazy, crazy. So I don't know what you guys think about that right there, but it's a hot ass mess, I'll tell you that. Shoot me. Sounds like to me he had a you know what wish. So you say insurance companies will only insure responsible owners. If you are caught with a GUN without insurance, it would be taken just like with a car. That could be a good, good thing to do right there, because a lot of people can't afford insurance, especially if you make that insurance a lot. You can really stop certain people from even owning a GUN if you make that insurance payment a lot more. So the dude that we were talking about earlier, Jermaine, he is black, okay? This is him right here. This is a better picture. So that's him. All right. Okay, so let me see if I got any videos on Charlie Kirk real quick. And let me see if I can pull up that other video where I saw that man moving out the way. Okay, let's see if we can pull that up real quick too, real quick. Hold on. I know I just repeated what I just said. It's cool. Let's see. Let's do, let me turn this music down. Actually, let me turn it off. Okay, present, share screen. Okay, let me take this off. Let's go to my messages. Let's see. So this is the thing. Here, let me show you this first.
Could you state your name?
Tyler James Robinson.
Thank you for being here, Mr. Robinson. I'm Judge Graff. Mr. Scortis.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. You're probably already aware of my presence or why I'm here, but if not, I am not entering an appearance. I'm not counsel on this case. I'm working with the county to get counsel assigned, but we need you to allow for the appointment of counsel.
Thank you, Mr. Scortis. It is, well, I want to go through the qualifications
Absolutely.
for indigency, but that is my intent, Mr. Scortis.
Very well.
And I thank you for being here. So, Mr. Robinson, you have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, the court can appoint an attorney to represent you. I have reviewed your declaration of financial status and find that you are indigent. I'm provisionally appointing a Rule 8 qualified attorney to represent you on your case, Mr. Robinson. Along with their filing of their appearance of counsel, the assigned attorneys must file declarations with the court that outline their qualifications under Rule 8 and Rule 8C, under Rule 8B and Rule 8C for counsel appointment in a case where death may be a sentencing option. I'm ordering that those declarations be filed prior to the next hearing date, which is set for September 29th at 10 a.m. Mr. Robinson, I also wish to inform you of your rights against self-incrimination. Anything that you say in court today could be used against you, and we want to protect your constitutional rights. Mr. Robinson, at this time, you will remain in custody without bail. Mr. Skordas, is there any other points that you wish to address?
No, thank you very much, Your Honor.
Turning to the state.
Yes, Your Honor. Chad Grunander for the state. I'm also joined, and they're listed as attendees, Ryan McBride, Lauren Hunt, David Sturgill, and Chris Ballard. We are the trial team on this case. I do have a few points I'd like to bring up with Your Honor. We have filed a pretrial protective order on behalf of Erica Kirk. We would ask the court to review that. It should be in your queue, Your Honor, and sign that.
Thank you. I have reviewed the pretrial protective order and will be issuing this pretrial protective order in favor of Erica Kirk. Is there any other business that we need to address today, counsel?
Just for the court's information, we did file just recently, within the last few minutes, a notice of intent to seek the death penalty that was filed by Utah County Attorney Jeff Gray. So that should be in the court's file. Lastly, I would just indicate to the court and to, at this point, Mr. Robinson, that we are prepared to collect all of the discovery in this matter and get that turned over to the defense as soon as possible. Rule 16 requires us to provide what we have relied on in charging the information and bringing these charges within 5 days once it's requested. So that'll be prepared to disseminate to the defense as soon as possible.
Thank you, Mr. Grunander. Mr. Robinson, what I also want to do is you have the right to have the charges read that you stand charged of, and I wish to read those to you at this time. Thank you.
Not talking.
Mr. Robinson, for count 1, aggravated murder, a capital felony in violation of Utah Code annotated 76-5-202, in that on September 10th, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant, Tyler James Robinson, intentionally or knowingly caused the death of Charlie Kirk under the following circumstances. The defendant knowingly created a great risk of death to another individual other than Charlie Kirk and the defendant. Notice conviction of this offense may carry the death penalty or pursuant to Utah Code 76-3-207.7, a mandatory term of imprisonment for life without parole or an indeterminate term of not less than 25 years, and that may be for life. Victim targeting enhancement in violation of Utah Code annotated 76-3-203.14 sub 2. Tyler James Robinson intentionally selected Charlie Kirk because of Tyler James Robinson's belief or perception regarding Charlie Kirk's political expression. Notice, if the trier of fact finds beyond a reasonable doubt that the victim targeting enhancement applies, the sentencing judge or the Board of Pardons and Parole shall consider the defendant's selection of the victim as an aggravating factor. Violent offense committed in the presence of a child aggravating factor, the sentencing judge or the Board of Pardons and Parole shall consider as an aggravating factor in their deliberations that the defendant committed a violent criminal offense in the presence of a child. Count 2, felony discharge of a firearm causing serious bodily injury, a first-degree felony, in violation of Utah Code Annotated 76-11-210 sub 2 and 3C, in that on September 10th, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant Tyler James Robinson discharged a firearm in the direction of Charlie Kirk, knowing or having reason to believe that Charlie Kirk may be endangered by the discharge of the firearm and that the act caused serious bodily injury to Charlie Kirk. Victim targeting enhancement in violation of Utah Code Annotated 76-3-203.14 sub 2. Tyler James Robinson intentionally selected Charlie Kirk because Tyler James Robinson's belief or perception regarding Charlie Kirk's political expression. Notice if the trier of fact finds beyond a reasonable doubt that the victim targeting enhancement applies, the sentencing judge or the Board of Pardons and Parole shall consider the defendant's selection of the victim as an aggravating factor. Violent offense committed in the presence of a child, aggravating factor. The sentencing judge or the Board of Pardons and Parole shall consider an aggravating factor in their deliberations that the defendant committed a violent offense in the presence of a child. Count 3, obstruction of justice, a second-degree felony in violation of Utah Code Annotated 76-8-306 sub 2, in that on September 10th, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant Tyler James Robinson, with intent to hinder, delay, or prevent the investigation, apprehension, prosecution, conviction, or pursuant to any person regarding conduct that constitutes a criminal offense, conceal or remove the firearm used to shoot Charlie Kirk, and the conduct that constitutes an offense would be a capital felony or a first-degree felony. Count 4, obstruction of justice, a second-degree felony in violation of Utah Code 76-8-306 sub 2. In that on or about September 11th, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant, Tyler James Robinson, with an intent to hinder, delay, or prevent the investigation, apprehension, prosecution, conviction, or punishment of any person regarding conduct that constitutes a criminal offense, destroyed, concealed, or removed the clothing he wore during the shooting, and the conduct that constitutes an offense would be a capital felony or first-degree felony. Count 5, tampering with a witness, a third-degree felony in violation of Utah Code Annotated 76-8-508, in that on or about September 10th, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant, Tyler James Robinson, believed that an official proceeding or investigation was pending or about to be instituted or intended to prevent an official proceeding or investigation, and attempted to induce or otherwise cause his roommate to withhold testimony, information, a document, or an item, to wit, directing his roommate to delete incriminating text messages. Count 6, tampering with a witness, a third-degree felony in violation of Utah Code Annotated 76-8-508, in that on or about September 11th, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant, Tyler James Robinson, believed that an official proceeding or investigation was pending or about to be instituted or intended to prevent an official proceeding or investigation, and attempted to induce or otherwise cause his roommate to withhold testimony or information, to wit, directing his roommate to stay silent if the police questioned the roommate. Count 7, violent offense committed in the presence of a child, a Class A misdemeanor in violation of Utah Code Annotated 76-3-203.10 sub 2 and 76-3-203.14 sub 3A little double I, in that on or about September 10th, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant, Tyler James Robinson, committed criminal homicide in the physical presence of a child younger than 14 years of age, with knowledge that a child was present and that may have been seen or heard the commission of the criminal homicide. Victim targeting enhancement in violation of Utah Code Annotated 76-3-203.14 sub 2, Tyler James Robinson intentionally selected Charlie Kirk because of Tyler James Robinson's belief or perception regarding Charlie Kirk's political expression. That concludes reading the information. Mr. Robinson, this case is set for September 29th at 10 a.m. It will be a waiver hearing, and I will be the judge assigned to this case. Mr. Robinson, I invite you to join us at that time. Is there anything further, counsel?
No, Your Honor, we'll have counsel appointed by then. Thank you.
Mr. Gurander, anything further?
One item, just for clarification, Your Honor, the hearing on the 29th, is that in person or WebEx?
Thank you. That is a great question. It will be via WebEx.
Yes, shit.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
All right. I want to thank all parties for being here, and this concludes this hearing at this time. Court is in recess. Could you state your...
He didn't say shit. Okay, the only thing he said is his name and been sitting there looking like that for the longest. I mean, for real, for real. He is just not talking, you guys. Damn. I mean, he definitely is done. Just sitting there. I mean, I was watching him. I mean, I had to go brush my teeth real quick, but before I went in there, because I was sitting here for about 7 minutes, and I was just looking at him. I saw him move his eyes, but he did not move. Did you guys see him move? Because I didn't see him move at all. Weird. Let's see what some of these people saying over here. Let's see what these people are saying. Okay, but anyway, okay, so we're gonna go. Hold on, let me take this off. So we just saw that. So some protesters showed up in Charlie Kirk's vigil, and supporters chanted back. I don't know if I want to show this right here because it may be a little bit too crazy. So we're just gonna bypass that one right there. You may want to look that up, you guys, yourself. And the same thing with this one right here. But I know at one of his little visuals, I guess, that they did desecrate that. Okay, I know that for sure. All right. So yeah, so that's gonna be it with him tonight. I did want to show. Let me see if I can pull up that video again so I can see this dude. Hopefully I didn't delete it. Let's see here. I think this is it right here. Let me see.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been?
That's the what's the name? Let me see this.
It's 5. Okay, now 5 is a lot, right? I'm gonna give you some credit. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great. It's 5. Okay, now 5 is a lot, right? I'm gonna give you some credit.
So
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great. It's 5.
So,
okay, now 5 is a lot, right? I'm gonna give you
look at the
some credit.
dude.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
So that dude.
It's 5.
The other dude moved over here somewhere. He with the green hat, black shirt. He moved over here somewhere. And where are the guys who were doing the hand signals? Is this him over here, back in there? I think so. He was probably back in that area. I don't think you guys can see me pointing or can you? Yeah, he's back in this area over here somewhere. Oh, that's crazy, you guys. Okay. Let's see what this one is.
Over the last 10 years.
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
Oh, that's the guy who saw it. He probably is just messed up over that and stuff. So we did see the guy. So I don't know what the guy was. He just went over to the other side. So I don't think that has anything to do with anything but the hand signals and stuff. They did say he wasn't doing any hand signals. They weren't, but I don't know, you guys. Just this whole entire thing is weird. I don't know, just very strange. You know, especially when I heard the grandmother say what she said, but at the same time, she said, you know, that he did not like GUNs, but yet he was in photographs with GUNs and things like that. So I don't know. I don't know what to make of this whole entire thing. It's plainly weird. Just a weird entire situation that should have never happened. Point blank. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on from this right here. I just wanted to see that video again. Okay, so now let's go ahead and talk about Trey Reed update and the other dude that got unalive real quick, okay? Let's see if I got his name still up here. So let me just take this one out real quick. So I told you guys about the story, I think that was yesterday. So I see a lot of people are covering the story now. Okay, let me get the other dude's name. So the other dude's name is Corey. Corey Zuhatis, I guess. What time is it? 12:21. Okay, so anyway, let me go down here and check the door real quick. I'll be right back. Huh? How long was y'all up there? Yeah, a whole hour. Y'all play video games? Is it fun in there? Oh, okay. All right. Huh? Oh, let's go back. I was trying to figure out what time they close. I thought they closed at 1 tonight. Okay, so sorry about that, y'all. I was going down there who that was at my door. Okay, so anyway, as I was saying, Trey Reed and Corey Zuhatis, both of these young, let me just pull a picture up on here. I got the wrong thing up on here. Hold on. Let me pull a pictures up on here real quick, y'all. Let's see. Trey Reed. Okay, let's see. Trey Reed. Okay, that's space. And Corey. Now, Corey, I believe, I don't know for sure. It was said that he was homeless. I'm not sure. Okay, I don't know for sure. So this is these two right here. Let me stop her. We don't want to hear her right now. But anyway, these are the two men on the same day, the same state. They both were found hanging from trees. Okay. They claim no foul play. But let me tell you something. I find this to be very weird. Okay. I mean, like, you know, we've been hearing about a lot of black men being, they claim is the S word, but I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Just something doesn't sit well about this story. And then you don't see no major news studios covering this or anything. Okay. So let's see what happened here again, once again. So they claim, some people says that Corey is actually white. I think he's probably mixed. Corey looks like he's mixed. All right. I don't know if he's straight up black, but I believe that he is mixed. Or either someone altered these pictures, because this person right here got a different dude up. Corey Zuhatis, or whatever I said his name was. But, you know, for me, I don't care what color the dude is. If this is the right boy right here, he looks like he is mixed, period. Okay, the other dude looks like he's black. All right. But they have another picture on another article that says that Corey Zucatis. That's what I said before. He's white. I don't know if he's white, mixed, or what. But the thing is how is it that people are being HUNG and they rule it all the same way? The S word. Okay. And then you talk to the family members, you talk to everybody, and they say, well, I don't know, he or she didn't seem like, they would do this. They had everything to live for, and blase, blase. But yet you still hearing the people, the police, the medical examiner saying that this person unalived themselves. Now, I believe the Corey dude is homeless, like I said before, and the other dude wasn't. Okay, but they both are from Mississippi, or they were from Mississippi, and they both were found HANGING from a tree. So let's see what they're saying here. Somebody said he is not white. And they said somebody else in the comments section said these LYNCHING happened on the same campus. Why is there always misinformation coming from other people? They actually said something else. I'm just replacing that word because they always make it about, Democrats and Republican type of situation. They always make it about that. So I'm going to look this young man up. We already know about the other guy, okay? We already know about the black guy right there, the dark-skinned dude. So let me see if I can pull him up to know for sure. So Corey, let's see. And I want to tell you about this other story too that I did not get a chance to tell you guys about, but I want to tell y'all real quick tonight. So let me look him up real quick because I didn't get a chance to actually look him up to see. But like I said before, it really doesn't make a difference if he's white or black or mixed or whatever the case is. The thing is that I don't believe all these people are just out here committing the S word. I honestly believe somebody is doing this, period. Just like with Javion. I still don't believe that young man unalived himself. Now remember this. This dude right here, the white dude or mixed dude or whatever, he is homeless. So if anybody did do that to him, they would figure that nobody would be looking in the first place or care. All right. And even sometimes the police, they don't even really, put all their effort into, finding out what happened to a homeless dude, like they would to a person that wasn't homeless. So let's see. The only one I see is the other dude. Let's see. So let me see what they got right here. Hold on, you guys. Let me see. So they was in separate parts of the state. They were not on the same campus, okay? That's why I was going to look up the actual news article myself. They were in two separate states, okay? But I mean, two separate parts of the state of Mississippi, okay? So let's see. I guess one was in Vicksburg. Now, so Corey is a white man from Brandon. He was found hanging in a wooded area at around 1:30 p.m. near the Mary Star Casino. And I've been there before. Sure have. So then you got the university in Mississippi. Is where the 21-year-old black male student was found, HANGING, from a tree on Monday morning, according to school and law enforcement officials. And let's see. I'm glad to get off that damn story. I just did. Let's see. So hold on. So anyway, so Trey Reed, y'all know his first name is Demar Travion. Demar Travion. And so I said I would call him Trey, his middle name, you know, versus trying to say his first name because it's kind of hard to say. So Trey is from Grenada, Mississippi. He was found deceased at Delta State University around 7 a.m. near the pickleball courts. Again, they said no foul play is suspected in Reed's unaliving. And they are doing an autopsy, like I told you the other day. They say he did not suffer any lacerations, contusions, compound fractures, broken bones, or injuries consistent with an assault. So, I mean, again, I still, I just still don't, it's just weird, you know what I'm saying? And it just doesn't sit well with me that all of these people are just going out here, hanging themselves from a tree. It's just so strange. So this other dude is 35 years old, okay? Because like I said, just because he's homeless, it doesn't mean that we're going to forget about him, okay? Or because he's white. So let's see here. So they said when they found him hanging from a tree in Vicksburg, it raised fears after the earlier DSU hanging. So again, he was 35 years old. So they say they found him in a wooded area where people who live there are homeless in on DURGS. Okay. So they did say he is homeless. They talked to his family. So in his is a little different. I know what y'all getting ready to say. Anyway, they said the coroner said he would not speculate about whether foul play was involved or if the was the S word. So he claims that they don't ever say the S word or anything until the autopsy is over. And right now they said they are in an investigation with the Corey dude. So why is it that in the other city, still in Mississippi, that they went on and said it is an S word and they didn't do the autopsy yet? Why is that? They were quick to rule it the S word with the other dude. And with Corey's, they're not saying that right now until they see the autopsy. So with this other dude, Corey, they say that the matter is currently being handled as a investigation, and officers are actively investigating the circumstances. They also notified the victim family. That's crazy. And they claim whenever they get more information, they're going to release it to the public. So they did have some, obviously this picture right here is not him. They have not released any photos of Corey Zakatis, or however you pronounce his name. So this picture right here is a dude named Gavin Porterberry, a 17-year-old GUN violence victim who passed on last month in Jefferson Davis County. And they incorrectly said that he was Corey. Okay? So that dude right there did pass on. He was 17 years old. He got unalived by a GUN. Once again, another GUN unaliving. So they had another picture of another dude named Corey too. But that man was from Florida, I believe. And they said that's not the right man either, okay? So anyway, this Corey dude, his body was found hours after officials found a student hanging in a tree around 100 miles away on the Delta State University campus in Cleveland, Mississippi. So despite, social media speculation, the police in Vicksburg said the two unalivings are not related. So anyway, with Trey, okay, who passed on too, who they claim committed the S word, they did say they did not currently suspect foul play. And they also refuted rumors on social media that Reed has suffered broken arms and or legs. So as of right now, they cannot raise the possibility that either one of those unalivings could be murder. Okay, they are still investigating. They got to do an autopsy on Trey and on this other guy, Corey, to find out. Okay, but I still say it's very suspicious that all these people coming up, Hanging from a tree and shit, and they were just 100 miles from each other. So that's crazy. So the coroner said, this is what the coroner said about Trey. He said, I don't think I should probably discuss this any further than that. My opinion is that it was self-done, and I have reasons for that. All right, so that's what the county coroner told the Mississippi Free Press while speaking on Trey's unaliving. But that's crazy. And like I said before, he could have committed the S word. I just think it's very, weird that all these things are happening and they say the same thing with each one. Okay. I also find it weird how they went on and said that it was a possible S word with Trey, but with this other dude, Corey, they said they have to wait until the autopsy is done before they rule it out as just a S. So I still say stuff is not the same for certain people. All right. So anyway, my condolences are expressed out to their family members and friends, and my prayers are expressed out with them, with their family members and stuff as well. And may all of these people rest in peace. Now let's see what this lady is. Well, she's getting ready to give out some wrong information because that's not even a picture. Let's see. So we're not going to play hers. It's not the right person. They got the wrong person up. So this is Trey. So that's when they got him out of there. We can see this real quick, okay? Let's see this real quick. Oh, we got to do it over again. Let's do it again.
I don't wish this on nobody. 21-year-old Trey Reed, a Delta State University student, was found hanging from a tree in the middle of the campus. Yesterday, some people were reporting that when his body was found, he had broken limbs. This is where a lot of people's suspicion came into play. And this morning, I saw this article that says 2 men were found hanging from trees in Mississippi on the same day. First was Trey Reed, and his body was found around 7 a.m. Police in Vicksburg received an alarming telephone call. The body of a male was discovered hanging from a tree in a densely forested area. Coroner identified the deceased as Corey Zukatis, 36 years old, white male. They claimed that he was homeless. So it was reported at 1:30 p.m., but his body was actually found at 10:30 a.m. And now these two tragedies that are so close in time and space, now generating even more speculation. And look, it could be just a very odd, tragic coincidence that like these two men were found hanging from trees the same day, or they could be related. 21-year-old.
That's sad, you guys. That is so sad. So we just saw what the other dude looked like as well. But that's sad, sad situation. And she said they unalived her baby too. That's what she said, okay? That's what she said. And so this is the other dude, like I said right there. Let's see what she said real quick.
Mississippi.
Well, we can't do that because she playing music. I don't know why they have to play music. A lot of people think someone did this to both of these people. I'm just be perfectly honest. All right. He's even talking about, let's see what he's saying.
Trey Reed was found hanging from a tree at Delta State University in Mississippi. And this happened on Delta State University's 100th anniversary. And I'll tell you exactly why that's so much fucking darker than people are making it out to be. One, that specific university has a very deep and dark history. Honestly, I'm not even sure if I can entirely talk about it on TikTok without my video being removed. But the fact that this is not the only black man in Mississippi, might I mention, this week that has been found in such a state is truly alarming. And so much more attention needs to be on these stories, especially when it comes to Corey Zukatis. There's a couple of photos that are circulating around the internet. I'm sure everybody's aware of them. It does seem as if this situation is being downplayed. And then, of course, you have this argument that's going on for whatever ungodly fucking reason, as if certain people in our society don't experience much more oppression than the average citizen. But the most fucked up part about all of this is the fact that this is happening in the midst of a Washington Post report that every single person, especially in America, needs to be aware of right now. Now, a spokesperson for the Department of the Interior says that this report is based on anonymous sources. Let me just make that clear real quick. God forbid AI from finding an excuse to take this video down. But anyways, the Washington Post report of this administration ordering multiple national parks to remove information about slave you-know-what. But that's not it. Because based upon the report, this is part of his executive order to eliminate corrosive ideologies, in quotations, including the removal of history at Harper's Ferry Park in West Virginia. Now, that's one we really need to be talking about, where the abolitionist John Brown led the raid to arm slaves to revolt. Good man. Anyways, in the process, an iconic photograph that for some reason I can't post, known as the Scourged Black, which depicts a slave likely named Peter Gordon in 1863. But specifically, the wounds that were inflicted by his abusers. So to me, that would feel concerning. And once again, I honestly feel as if there is a push at play for a reaction to occur. And I just want you to know, the people's time will come very soon. I promise, I guarantee you, the universe is going to give you all of what you need to be able to feel as if you are righteous. Everybody across the entire, well, I can't say globe, and we'll just save that for another video, but I'm sure you get it. And right now, so many more eyes should be on Trey and Corey. Every person right now is showing or is going to be showing their true colors. And honestly, at this point, I don't know how anybody could support the decisions that have been made or the actions that have been taken. First of
all right, so that, hold on, let me see if I get that back.
Trey Reed was found hanging from a, and honestly, at this point, I don't know how anybody could support the decisions that have been made or the actions that have been taken. First,
I just keep on stopping right there. First of all, what? Let's see. First of all,
Trey Reed was found hanging from a tree.
Oh, they keep on stopping that. Man, let's see one more time.
Trey Reed was found hanging from
One more time.
Trey Reed was found hanging from a.
Yeah, his video stopped right there. Let me read some of these comments. Somebody said Trey, Corey, and Gavin in Mississippi. It sounds crazy to me. One was a young black male, the other was a young white male, and the other was a young biracial male. So it was 3 people. So you got Trey, Corey, and Gavin. Who is Gavin? So Gavin was supposedly had committed the S word too. Somebody said, let's not kid ourselves. Mississippi has never stopped burning. So there's a lot of stuff that's happening. I don't know. They said, I understand the truth. No, and the police have investigated themselves and found themselves innocent. Mm-mm-mm. So that's a damn shame. But, like I said, a lot of people think both of these are some type of foul play. But again, like I said earlier, with Trey, they claim it was the S word. With Corey, they are still checking it out to find out once the autopsy comes. So I will be keeping you guys abreast of this situation of both of these men and see where it goes. That's crazy. You never know. You just never know. All right. Let's go back over here. Jermaine, you sleep? Let's see what time it wants. You may be. All right. So let's hurry up so we can get on out of here. I just told you guys everything that I had to tell you. Now I'm going to go ahead and give 2 breaking news or 1. And then we are going to do the viral videos, only a couple of those, and that's going to be it. Okay, so let's see here. That's a damn shame right here, man. I just really do. I believe it's some foul play. I really do. I may be wrong because I don't know because I wasn't there, but I'm just thinking that this does not sound right at all. It does not sound right at all. Just like Javion McGee did. Okay. So anyway, let me go to give y'all 2. Okay, so y'all remember when I was, oh no, I did not tell you about that. Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week or 2 ago, they found a dismembered body in a singer's abandoned Tesla. Okay. I don't know how you say his name, D4Vs. I guess that's how you say his name. I don't know. Anyway, I think that was like a week or 2 weeks ago. They didn't know who body it is, okay, or it was. Now they found out that it was a female victim, okay, and they said this girl was between 14 and 15 years old. They said this girl was petite. She was like 5 feet 2 inches. She had wavy black hair and just weighed around 71 pounds. So she was underweight. She had on a blue tube top with black leggings and a yellow bracelet with similar metal stud earrings on. She also had a tattoo on her right index finger that reads "shh." Anyway, her body was found wrapped in plastic and locked in the Tesla's trunk, where her corpse baked in the California heat for at least 5 days. The body was so badly decomposed that it wasn't fully intact and was first reported to authorities because the car itself started to emit a foul odor. D4VD, I guess, whose legal name is David Anthony Burke, found himself at the center of the gruesome find after authorities linked the impoundment Texas-plated Tesla back to him. Now, Burke has been cooperating with police as he continued his world tour. So this is the dude right here, the singer, okay? Let me stop this real quick. Okay, so that's him. Okay, let's see. So anyway, despite, his apparent willingness to work with the authorities, his career is taking a harsh hit in the wake of this mystery. All right. So he was dropped by Crocs and Hollister mere days after they announced him as the face of their Dream Drop collaboration. 20 years old, okay? So they said the product images that Burke modeled for the product was released, but his face was cropped out. So I hope he did not do this, okay? Maybe somebody else had his car. I don't know. It's weird because how could you be driving around a car? Well, he wasn't driving. It was parked, I guess, and the police impounded it. And the thing is, did he let somebody else drive his car? Okay, because he could have let someone else drive his car and they could have did it. It's crazy. It's a weird story, though. It's a real, very strange story. And I actually saw it about 2 weeks ago, and I was going to tell you guys, but we was covering other things, and I forgot all about it. But I will keep you abreast of this story, too. That's crazy, though. Well, let's see what else we got here. Okay, let's see what else we have. I think that's it for right now. Oh, let me tell you about this psycho ass lady right here. These people are absolutely nuts. Let me see if I can pull up her picture clear so you guys can see. Actually, you can't. You have to look at it the other way. So this is this psycho right here. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. First, let me get back to Charlie Kirk real quick. So they did a fact check on something that they claim that people claim that Charlie Kirk said. They claim he said George Floyd is a scumbag. So let's see what they said regarding this. So as y'all know, George Floyd, the black man who was unalived by a white police officer in May 2020, okay, which prompted a protest against racism in policy worldwide, okay? So let's see here. They said the claim spread on X, Facebook, and Instagram, as well as Black News and India Times. So they said it was true. Kirk called Floyd a scumbag during a 2021 public appearance in Mankato, Minnesota, according to a video of that event. He apparently made the comment in reference to Floyd's alleged criminal history and the circumstances surrounding his unaliving. So his exact words were, I am also going to offer some context and some nuance about the unaliving of George Floyd that no one dares to say out loud, which is that this guy was a scumbag. Now, does that mean he deserves to pass on? That's two totally different things, of course. Of course not. But why even bring it up, though? Why even bring it up that he is a scumbag? How did that play a role in him being unalived by the police officer? All right? So there was really no need to bring that up, period. So that's definitely true. They showed proof and everything else. And that's crazy, though. Hold on, let me get this next story up that I was ready to show y'all with this crazy lady. That's crazy. So one of Tyler's neighbors said that I think I told y'all that yesterday. That he saw him and his girlfriend kissing outside, so he wasn't like shamed to have a transgender as his, significant other. Now this lady right here looks absolutely nuts. Okay, absolutely nuts. Anyway, this lady bashes her sleeping lover's head with a hatchet. Okay, and got the nerve to be smiling in her mugshot like a whole psycho. And he was sleeping when she did this too. They said when the cops came, she was laughing, basically smiling. All right. Anyway, Lena D, 23, allegedly attacked her boyfriend, Jonathan G, with a hatchet without warning while the couple were staying in a garage in Fargo around 5 a.m. September the 5th. Why is she taking? I don't know what to say about these damn nutty fruitcake people. Look at this shit here, y'all. Crazy. Okay. Anyway. So they said another man who was also staying in the garage, identified the lady as the attacker and said she was homeless and often couch surfed in the garage and in other neighborhood homes. Anyway, the witness, who was not identified, also told police that he woke up to blood, curling, screaming, and saw the lady allegedly striking Grandos with a hatchet. So the man said he heard like a sound of splitting wood, even though he couldn't see what was happening. They said he believed that this lady did it 2 times. He said the reason why he think that is because when he approached Granados, it looked like 1 or 2 of his fingers were missing or kind of hanging. He also said he saw blood and a mark through Johnny's skull. That is crazy. Mm-mm-mm. So anyway, she ran, of course. Okay. That's crazy. So anyway, the dude, Granados, told investigators that he was attacked without warning. His fingers were later found to be severely lacerated in the attack, and his head had a large slice in it. So they did arrest this girl, as we can see in her mugshot, without incident. They said she was beady-eyed and grinning in her mugshot after being booked for attempted murder and aggravated assault. She has been held on a $500,000 bond, and she will appear in court on October the 16th. A nutty ass fruitcake woman, smiling in the mugshot. She was even laughing when the damn police came. Just don't have no damn sense. Anyway, my prayers are sent out to the dude, and hopefully you make a full recovery. All right, and hopefully justice is served on this Looney Tunes lady. Just plainly crazy. All right. So now, guys, we're gonna do the viral videos, and that will be it. And Shay's thoughts, and that will be it. Let's see. Oh, let's see. All right, let's look at this real quick, you guys. Only 3. This is getting late. I want to get out of here by 1:10, 1:15. So I don't know which one this is. Let's see what this is, you guys.
It's the man like you hit the tree, and you gotta drag it around. Pretty wild. Not sure where do you think you're gonna go with that damn thing. He's screwed. It's the man like you hit the tree, and you gotta drag it around. Pretty wild.
Ass don't need to be a truck driver, okay? That is crazy, man. Damn, can't see, can't drive. Look how you doing.
Not sure where do you think you're gonna go with that damn thing.
I don't know.
He's screwed.
That's crazy. Done ran right into the damn thing. Let's look at this one.
Shut, Norris. I knew it.
Stupid ass.
Oh my God.
How the hell you, man, I cannot do it.
No. Oh God. Oh, got double machine. Oh, I gotta lay down.
You got to lay
Lord have mercy upon me. Let me get the hell on up out of here. Oh man. Baby, dropping people packages. I promise you ain't no bad worker. I think I'm at the wrong house.
Stupid. Okay.
Shut, Norris. I knew it.
Chuck Norris, I knew it. That was funny as shit when you fell. The other dude fell like 2 or 3 times. Gosh, these people are so that suck. Let's see this one right here.
Camera recording.
Good. Get up on the dance floor. Get that man what he asking for. Amazon.
Hi, you are currently being recorded.
I currently don't care because I'm Amazon. Amazon. That's just nasty. Listen.
Yeah.
Please don't order really, really heavy things off Amazon. Amazon's for like cute little fun things, you know what I'm saying? Not whatever the fuck this is. Have a good day though.
Oh my God! Son of a bitch! Jesus, you got me. Go, fucker. Go. 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 Go, shorty. It's your birthday. We go party like it's your birthday.
Camera recording.
Good. Get up on the.
He was the funniest one right there doing all that. That was a trip. Okay, let's see this right here.
Good morning. How y'all doing? This is my daughter. I'm real upset and I'm real pissed off because, and I want you to know I'm recording. I don't know what kid decided to say something about an African booty scratcher. This is not the first time this has happened. I didn't bring it to y'all attention the first time, but I'm gonna let you know this is gonna be the last time that my daughter be disrespected when it comes to her race. No child should have to come to school and be disrespected by nobody, by all means. I don't care if they black, white, Hispanic, and I'm the parent that's not going for it for my child. Even though the young man apologized, I appreciate that. But it shouldn't have been said. I appreciate that the teacher apologized to her. But I'm real pissed off. I'm real upset. And normally, I'm not like this. So I want to know what's going to happen. What's going to go on from here? Because this is not the first time it has happened.
We did address it with the student, and the student did apologize. He did understand that what he said was not appropriate. It was not directed to a specific student. It was just
She is the only fucking African American student in here. Which one of these kids said it? Who said it? With the white, with the black, the red shirt? Okay, now see, if I came in here and I start talking about ISIS, then I'm wrong, right? But I'm not prejudiced. We have Mexican, my granddaughter is Mexican and black. My daughter's sitting here in tears. Even though you apologize, I appreciate that. But it still hurts. She's a human being. Whether it was directed towards her or not, it shouldn't have been said.
And we understand that. We really do understand it, and we do not condone And we did address it with the student, and the student did acknowledge that what he said was not appropriate, and he did openly apologize.
And I'm grateful for that, but at the same time, when a parent see their child hurting, it hurts me. If my daughter came up here and did that, I would have been in here just as angry and just as pissed off and still would have been on record mode, because wrong is wrong. And an apology to me is not good enough. I want to know what's going to be the next step. What's going to be put in place so this don't happen again?
I have my principal on the phone. She's at our Moreno Valley site right now.
I'm not going there. I know who she is. She can give me a call when she get here. My daughter is going home today. I would like a phone call. That nectarine or peach. It looks so good. I would like a phone call today. I want to know, how is this situation going to be solved? My daughter will not come back to class. She will not be demeaned again by anybody when it comes to her race or nobody other race. It will not happen again. Pack your things up today. We're gonna leave and we're gonna try and start all over tomorrow.
We're not here tomorrow.
Well, Monday. We're gonna start over Monday. And I'm gonna pray and I'm gonna hope like hell, excuse my language, that nobody is gonna disrespect my daughter again and call her, even though it wasn't directed to her, she is an African American descendant. So it should not have been said. I'm gonna go. You guys have a nice day. Wasn't trying to be rude, but when it comes to my child and it comes to race, I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to stand up for mine. So I want that to be known. Again, I would be in the wrong if I called ISIS up here. I would be in the wrong if I said something about ISIS. My daughter not gonna come in here again. She's not gonna be crying. We ain't gonna have nothing else going on about no damn race stuff. Have a good day. Good morning. How y'all doing? This is my daughter. I'm real upset and I'm real pissed.
Y'all think the mom should have stood up for her child? I think she did. You know, she did what she should have done. Point blank. You know, you're not gonna let people be bullying our kids. Get that shit.
So around 4:15, this bus was left in the middle of the street with a bus full of children, elite school transportation, in the middle of the street on 21st and DuPont, with a bus full of scared, crying kids, and he was nowhere to be found. We had to call the police. They came and they assisted with the situation. The bus supervisor, who is on the bus now, came and pretty much was upset because we took charge of the situation. This is elite school transportation. They're going to drop off the last two children on the bus, and the police is going to follow them to make sure they get home. He's leaving without the police even being behind him because he's in a rush, because apparently he has something else to do. This is his vehicle right here where the bus driver is currently sitting in when he finally decided to come back.
Yeah, so he was gone for over 10 minutes. Got off the bus. Because now I'm waiting on the police to get up and drop. What was it?
So around.
Okay. So he got out the bus and was gone for 10 minutes. That's crazy. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go to the next video, okay? Let's see what we want to see. Let's look at this one.
Most people don't even know that this exists. We're all told to open a personal checking account in our own name, and that's exactly the script on the Matrix. Look, this is a partial name of my trust, and then me as trustee, trust account. My bank account is in the name of my trust, not in my name, not under my social security number. Here's what this means. My money is no longer mine, but I control it. I can spend it. I can invest. I can buy real estate. I can buy crypto. I can receive payments. If your bank account is in your own name, you're exposed. Lawsuits, divorce, liens, judgments, creditors. I mean, one slip up and your bank account is frozen and you don't have access to your money. I mean, why do rich people never seem to lose their homes or their money? It's because they don't truly own them. Their trust does, and they just control the trust. It's own nothing, control everything. That's what the 1% do to stay in control and stay in power. But we were never taught these financial strategies when we were in school. You don't need a lawyer. You don't need $1 million. You just need a 30-minute bank visit, the right knowledge, the right paperwork. This is Asset Protection 101. If you want to learn more about how you can make your money invisible, but still control it and do everything that you want with it, I want you to comment the word trust, or you can head over to the link in my profile to register for my free trust masterclass, where I'm going to teach you all about how to put your assets in trust and how to put your money in a trust bank account. Don't forget to like and follow. Most people
Let's look up trust accounts real quick, okay? All right, let's look this up real quick because these people get on these damn channels and say this weird shit. All right, hold on. You know I'm gonna look it up. I ain't that damn sleepy, okay, at all. Can a trust bank account be frozen? So he just gave some not true information. Yes, a trust bank account can be frozen for reasons including the unaliving of the trustee, a legal dispute regarding the trustee's assets or management, court orders for debt or taxes, suspected fraud, or if the account is inactive and flagged for, how do you say this daggone word? I don't know what the hell this is. Escheatment by the state. So that's ESCHEATMENT. When a trustees pass without a proper successor, the account is often frozen by the bank until a new trustee is appointed to ensure assets are protected and managed. So let me ask another. Let me just tell you this. So these are the common reasons for a trust account freeze. All right. Unaliving of the trustee, like I just said, then a legal dispute. I just said in the comment section, sue the trustee, right? So you can, because it said a court may order a freeze during a dispute between beneficiaries and a trustee, such as a claim of a trustee withholding distributions or mismanaging assets. Also, creditors can obtain a court order to freeze or levy LEVY funds in a trust account to satisfy a debt or judgment. Although assets in a properly structured irrevocable trust are sometimes protected. Also, tax obligations. The IRS or other government agencies can freeze assets in a trust to collect unpaid taxes. You know, when it comes to taxes, there are not many things you can do with that one. And then fraud. The bank will freeze your account if they detect suspicious or fraudulent activities. Okay, then of course, if you let your account sit around, basically abandoned for a long time, they can, freeze it then. So let's ask this question right here. So, can you sue a trustee? Yes, you can sue a trustee for breach of fiduciary, I know I just said that wrong, duty, which happens when a trustee fails to act in the best interest of the beneficiaries or violate the terms of the trust document. So let's see here. Let me ask this other question. That's so stupid. So you can sue a trustee for harassment or many other things, okay? Okay, let me ask this other question. Hold on, not listening, let me just type it up. Let's see what this says. Okay, we already asked that question. Hold on, y'all, let me see. What's another question I can ask? Can you sue a trustee in a lawsuit? Can you... Oh, let me ask this way. Let's see. Yes, you can. So let's see how you get a trust, okay? It's pretty easy. You got to choose the right trust type, create a trust document, identify the beneficiaries, select a trustee, and list the assets like real estate, bank accounts, or investments. Sign and notarize. And then you have to fund it. You know, in other words, you have to transfer your assets that you identified. And you definitely need to be aware of your state laws concerning a trust. Okay, so now you know about the trust. And you can look it up further yourself and find out more information, or go talk to a trustee lawyer or whatever if you want to do something like this. People walking around talking about they got a trust, you can't do this, and they slick and shit. You know, anytime you want to sue someone, when you talk to the lawyer and you tell them everything, you know, they're going to tell you if you can sue, how you do it, and everything else that you need to do, period. They also got 3 types of trust too. Let's see here. You got the, I know I'm going to say this wrong, but let me spell this. It's REVOCABLE trust, okay? You can modify or revoke. So it's revocable trust, okay, at any time. So that's how you pronounce that, revocable trust. So that's often used to avoid probate and maintain control of your assets over during your lifetime. So the grantor retains control and the assets are still considered theirs, making them vulnerable to creditors and not protected for long-term care eligibility. Or you can get the irrevocable trust. This cannot be changed or canceled by the grantor. But this one right here definitely provides asset protection from creditors and reduce estate taxes. So the grantor gives up control of the assets and they are no longer considered theirs, which is crucial for planning for future care costs or asset protection. Now, when some people have this other one, which is a testamentary trust, and that one usually come through the terms of a will, okay, and it takes effect after the grantor's unaliving. So the first one I just told you about, revocable trust, that's the one you use if you want to modify it or revoke it at any time. But it does not avoid probate. No, excuse me. It's often used to avoid probate, and it maintains control of assets, okay, during your lifetime. But you can still get sued by creditors, and it's not protected for long-term care. So the irrevocable trust is the one that you would use, but you cannot change it or cancel by the grantor. This one right here provides asset protection from creditors and reduce estate taxes. But let me ask this question about the irrevocable trust. Hold on. Irrevocable. And you can still sue that type of trust, irrevocable trust. You sue the trustee. All right. You don't sue the trust directly. You sue the trustee. All right. If you know somebody did a fraud to obtain a trust, you can certainly get them right there. Or if the trust was created under undue influence. Hold on, let's see what they say right here. See, the trust itself is not a legal entity that can be sued, but the person managing it, the trustee, can face legal consequences for poor management or failing their legal obligations to beneficiaries and etc. So, like I said before, you can always go talk to a lawyer that deals with all of this, a trustee lawyer that will tell you how to do everything. Because people think they slick. They think they can put everything underneath the trust, right? And you can't do a damn thing about it. And they get away with doing shit. You know what I'm saying? But when you talk to a lawyer that specializes in all of this shit, hey, most hated, when you talk to a lawyer that specializes in all this shit, trust me, there's always ways around stuff. Always. People think they really effing with people, put everything underneath the trust and shit, and don't realize that you're going to talk to a lawyer that specializes in this, and you will still sue the shit out of them. You know what I'm saying? To get whatever you need to get. Period. So y'all know a trust is not a person or a corporation. It's a legal arrangement. All right? You can't sue the trust, but you can sue the person responsible for managing it. So always remember that. Okay? Period. And anytime you deal with someone who has something like this, get a lawyer that specializes in that. Period. So they can show you, they can do what they need to do so you can win whatever you're trying to win. You have to do a trust lawsuit. See? You have to seek advice from a qualified trust litigation attorney. Okay? Let me ask one more question too. I have to ask this little thing. These people put it up here. Oh, I spelled this the same way. Hold on. Type as well. I'm gonna ask. No, I cannot type. Why are they asking me? Oh, that's because I'm not typing right. Yeah, we gotta stop making these typos. Okay, there you go. I had to type it right. Told you again, if you want to sue somebody you gotta trust, you don't. You sue the trustee. Okay, not the trust itself. The trustee, the person that manages it. All right. Acting in bad faith versus self-dealing. Just a lot of little things here going on. Okay. So we just learned something tonight, right? Because you got, like I said, you got people running around here doing the most, saying the most, and just tripping out. And think everybody on YouTube dumb as shit, and they don't go look up stuff or go talk to an attorney. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn to look up stuff and go talk to attorneys. Period. Anytime I need to find out something, I'll go call up the attorney and ask them.
Damn it. They're running around my car. Twice they come over. We told them not to trespass.
Okay. They're just trying to get their ball. They're trying to get their ball, Janice.
How many times have I told you? How many balls you got there?
We have them. Janice, do you think I told them to go to your door? I did not tell them to go to your door.
Well, why did they didn't pay attention and watch them?
Janice, can I just have the ball, or is it too much to ask?
No, you can ask.
I can't have the ball? So what are you going to do with the ball, Janice? Because that's stealing my property.
You know, ask.
I don't care, because that's stealing my property, Janice. Over from someone playing basketball? Who's coming onto your property? You sure? But I am, Janice. I got you, girl.
Damn it. They're running around my car.
Janice said she tired of that shit. Them damn balls over here and shit. Your kids all around them. My damn house doing the most. This got to stop. That's what Janice said. This shit got to stop on everything. All right? And this got to stop too, guys. I definitely enjoy watching those videos right there. And I hope you guys enjoyed them as well. And then we did get a chance to learn a little something about trust and things like that, and who we can sue, who we can't sue, and the different types of trust, and what it does and all of that. If you want to know more about that, don't go look it up or call yourself a trustee lawyer and let that person go over it with you in detail. Stop listening to these damn people on YouTube tell you shit too without double, triple checking it for yourself. All right. Next time we're gonna go over Rico, Silver Rico. We're gonna go over that again too. All right. But anyway, guys, that is it for this show tonight. We stay on here 2 hours and 28 minutes. Shay's thoughts. Let's do Shay's thoughts real quick. Wait, let me put it on the banner. And I'm ready to go to bed. So my thoughts tonight is just this, okay? Like I was just saying here, many people online, doing the most, just doing the most, telling you information, acting like they know everything. And it's easy and simple for me. Whenever you hear things online from people, even if I tell you something, go and research it, okay? Go research it. If it's dealing anything with the law, you can call a lawyer and have that lawyer let you know everything that you need to know. All right, well, like whether it's you want to sue someone or you want press charges on someone or whatever the case is, you can talk to the appropriate people to find out more information about that versus just listening to the people online tell you stuff, and sometimes they get stuff misconstrued or it's just basically wrong. And then sometimes people do tell you the correct things, but they may not understand it, 100%. So that's why it's very important to talk to someone else that specializes in that field to let you know about everything regarding, whatever you want to find out. So that's what you need to do. Instead of listening to everybody online, go check out stuff yourself, because you never know what type of information people are giving you. All right? It's not good just to be sitting here, watching computer screens, but never go and research work on your own to make sure that people are telling you the truth, or just to get a better understanding of something. All right? With that being said, guys, y'all have a good night. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you thumbs up this video if you enjoyed this content. Make sure you guys thumbs up, okay, so they can show these night lives a little bit more. Also, hit the bell notification so you can be notified when upcoming videos. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, then share and leave a comment. And y'all, don't forget, if you want to show additional support for the channel, you can do a super sticker, super chat, or you can do a membership for $4.99 per month, or you can do a Cash App donation to $Shades TV. All donations are used to help pay for things on this channel. All right. Other than that, y'all, have a blessed night. I'll see you later on with the Country Wayne reaction video. Y'all, Amber, they have some great skits with Anthony and Amber and Shayla. So I'll be definitely reacting, toward those things, those skits tomorrow. Okay. So until then, you guys, check out my other videos, my YouTube shorts, and I'll see you guys in my next video. So let's better change everything and get out of here. Peace out, y'all. Have a good night and happy and blessed Wednesday. Let's turn this off.
Yo, turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is too, baby. She back again. On 10, Shay walking like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section, she call names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new, got that view. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I lacked game, back again. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line and somebody hurt. Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slick, talk flame. Say the name right, yeah, late night with shades. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. That's right. News, drama, laugh, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Hey. Shay's too. She back. Yeah. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's too. Press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. What she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's too. Press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Yeah.
So I forgot to tell everybody over here good night. I forgot to do a roll call, so let me do it real quick. Thank you, Jermaine. I appreciate you, hon. Thank you, Most Hated Bronze. This is me, guys. Okay, I just answered from my other page. That's me right there. All right. Let's see what else. Paul, thank you so much for being here tonight. And everybody in the bushes and everybody watches this in the replay. Thank you so much for your support. And you guys have a very blessed night. And until the next time, this is Shay. Peace out, y'all.